I'm still stunned. I'm still processing everything. I cannot believe what I just saw with my eyes today. 4 goals in the first half against Barcelona, a team like Atletico Madrid, who, mind you, have not even been a consistent team. Over their last 6 games, they have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Yes, we were playing in their home ground. Yes, we have a lot of injuries. But you're telling me a team like that, or any team for that matter, in the whole of Europe, can put 4 goals past Barcelona in the first half, and not just put 4 goals, it looked relatively easy for them. And we've seen this time and time and time again. The highline getting exposed. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of seeing this highline getting exposed again and again. And it's the same play that every single team that beats the highline does. A second runner wide, or a right back or a left back runs in behind, gets a through ball in, puts in a cross across the box, tap in, finish. It's the same play again and again and again on repeat. Hansi Flick, what the hell was that, man? What the hell was that? There are so many games where I see you come in with brilliant tactics, classy substitutions, right on time. I see you do really well sometimes in tactics, and the other games, like, I can't even recognize you as the same coach. There's so many games where I've praised Flick for his tactics, where I feel like he's picked the right profiles, he's picked the right team for a given match, for a given play style that the opponent plays by. But today was not it, man. And when Hansi Flick has a tactical disaster class, it's a total disaster. It's a humiliation type of disaster. How can you play such a high line with Rafinha out, with Pedri not there to control the midfield? We don't have the same intensity of press. We don't have the same intensity of control in the midfield. Or who in their right mind would play such a high line? And it's the same high line, the same mistakes that we see, the same shitty defense, the same shitty players who don't know what they're doing in transition. It's not like the players are so well drilled that they know exactly what they have to do when they get caught out or they lose possession in the midfield and they have to track back. It's not like they know exactly what they have to do. They have absolutely no idea. There was this one play, I think the goal which Griezmann scored, Balde was on the opposite wing. What the hell was he doing there, man? And you could just see, like, Kubarsi had him covered, or Kunde had him covered, and then he recognized that, and he's still covering the same person. It's like he's like trying to two-man a guy when there's so many other people behind him to get covered. Then he realizes, oh, he's out of position, and then he runs across the box slowly, mind you, with no urgency. He runs across the box. There's probably millions of people watching this match live, right? I can assure you 99% of the people knew that Griezmann was going to get that pass. Balde couldn't see it. It was the most obvious pass there. It was the most obvious person to mark. He just jogs towards Griezmann. Griezmann has so much time to pick out a finish, buries the goal. And then after that, Balde starts complaining. What do you do with such players, man? I don't understand. Like, I can't even blame the defense. They're not profiles who are suited for this highline, first of all. You force them to play the highline, you try and make it work. It's not working. I'm sorry to say, but the blame has to go on Hansi Flick, man. And there was one particular play where the entire Barcelona highline was in Atletico Madrid's half. What are you trying to accomplish, like, playing in Atletico's half? Are you trying to catch them? Are you trying to catch them offside in their own half? Is there like a new rule that I don't know about? Giuliano Simeone had a feast of a game. Every single time he made a run down that flank, it was a cross into the box. If they had just connected on a few more of those, it could have been 7 or 8 goals today. We need to speak about Joan Garcia too. I agree the pitch was really bad. The ball was bouncing all over the place. People were slipping all over. But when you trap the ball, especially when your goal is behind you, how do you raise your boot, man? You're supposed to plant your foot on the ground to trap these are like basics that, you know, you cannot make mistakes like this, especially in a Copa del Rey semi-final. Agreed, like, it's a very uncharacteristic of him. It was a one-off mistake. You expect, like, the team to, like, pick it up, especially because the team is probably so used to conceding one goal late. You'd expect them to pick it up and, like, go on and start attacking, but no. Atletico Madrid kept coming again and again And again, Griezmann had an opportunity. Giuliano Simeone had an opportunity. Julian Alvarez had multiple opportunities. I think out of the 11 players that Atletico Madrid played today, damn near half the team had a shot on target. Like, insane. How can you have 70% ball possession in the entire game and have zero goals? I don't understand, man. I just don't understand what I was seeing today. It was a nightmare. We see Mark Casado getting subbed off. And then I was like, didn't this occur to you before the game? Like, it's an obvious mistake that you made playing Casado in a game like this. Casado is not somebody who you play when you need control over the midfield in a big game like this. You do not He's not somebody who is great on the ball. He's not somebody who can pick out brilliant passes. He's more of a scrappy player. You cannot play such a person like this in such a high stakes game where you know Atletico will press the shit out of your team, where you know Atletico will dog you out and not give you a single comfortable touch on the ball. It's one thing to blame the players. Yes, we can sit and blame every single player today. It's one thing to blame the players. But today I think we have to blame the coach, man. These were I don't know what he was thinking. How can you have your defensive line play such a high line, especially when you know the offense is hot? The offense is continuously catching them out, continuously getting into the box, having high quality shots. It just didn't stop. What would a coach do in that scenario where you know the other team is picking you out and the high line is not working? Any sensible coach would tell the high line or the defensive line to, like, track back a bit, let this storm boil over, we'll be patient, let us get some more control of the ball, and then we can get back to the high line again. When we have the ball, when we have a good spell of possession, when we are attacking and we are putting the pressure on them, that's when you get back to the high line. Not when you're getting dogged on every single possession. I can go ranting for 100 minutes here, but I think I'm gonna stop because this season Barcelona have been god awful in the big games, man. I was thinking we could flip the page this new year. Ever since January, we've been playing pretty well. The entire team was playing well. Even with all the injuries, we still were winning games comfortably. We're still putting up good performances. I really thought we flipped a switch and we might be peaking right at the correct time. This is not peaking, my friends. This is again a downhill turn. I'm not even joking. You can say goodbye to the Copa del Rey. There is absolutely no way. You bring Rafinha, you bring Pedri, you even give us prime Mbappe and prime Haaland in this team. There's no way we're scoring and beating Atletico. We may be able to score 4 goals. Maybe I'll come here next week and be rejoiced that we scored 4 goals. But with this kind of defense, forget it, man. We've lost Copa del Rey 2026. Okay, a trophy where we didn't have to even face Real Madrid in the final to get the trophy. We have lost it to Atletico Madrid. And I really want to highlight, like, our forward line. Like, these are the games which sets apart, like, a once in a generation or the best player in the world from the rest. And if Lamine Yamal wants to really claim that title, he is not helping his case with performances like this. I have defended Lamine. I have said that he has, the team let him down against Chelsea. Against PSG, he was barely even fit. Against the Madrid in the first leg, he was barely even fit. But it's been a big sample size of big games this season where he hasn't really done anything much. We have to hold him accountable and say, hey, this is not good enough, buddy. If you are who you say you are, if you're wearing the number 10 of the shirt, if you're calling yourself the one of the best players in the world, this doesn't cut it. You cannot go multiple big games. 1 or 2 big games, yes, I'm not saying Messi and Ronaldo played excellently well in every single big game. But it's been a big enough sample size for us to know that you're not doing it, man. Right now, whatever you're doing, not working. And this game highlighted how important Rafinha and Pedri were. Rafinha for his mentality and how he gets the entire team to press and be intense. And Pedri for just that glue in the midfield, that glue between the defense, midfield, and offense. The guy who orchestrates everything. The guy who you cannot take the ball off of. If we had Pedri today, it would have been a completely different game. But that being said, we didn't have Pedri, and you still cannot go with the same tactics assuming as if you magically have Pedri on the field and Rafinha on the field. You have to adapt. I don't know when Hansi Flick is going to learn his lesson. I think in a way it was a good thing that we got spanked this way, because I think Flick needs to get reminded certain times that, hey, like, you can't get too carried away with this high line, and these tactics is not going to work in big matches. Anyway, I'm not going to keep rambling on and on. It was a complete shit show, complete disaster. And I don't know. We've basically lost the Copa del Rey. We are 1 point over Madrid right now in the La Liga. La Liga is far from over. We might even give up the title for that one. UCL, I honestly don't think we even stand a chance, especially if we defend this way. Things are not looking good, man. Things are not looking good for us this season. Let's hope and pray. I can only hope and pray that something happens and we'll figure out something. But yeah, it was a pretty depressing game, and hopefully, 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 we score 5 goals and don't concede any next leg. All right, thank you. Goodbye.